Welcome to our crossover show. I am your host, Inuka Joe from Grow Girl Podcast, where we empower women one conversation at a time.
And I'm your host, What's So Honest, where, I keep it real here at once. We are not the same. And once again, welcome to our crossover podcast with Girl Podcast. Hey, Nuka.
Hey, please subscribe to all of our podcast platforms and YouTube pages.
Yes, you can catch us on Twitter, Instagram, all platforms that will be screaming our podcast and the audio. So stay tuned.
Awesome sauce.
Yes. Where you learn
Girl.
that from?
What, awesome sauce?
Yes.
I
feel
can't
like I just
remember.
seen that before.
I cannot remember. Awesome sauce. I don't know who said that.
You play too much.
I do play too much. But yeah, girl, election is over.
Finally.
Red team, blue team.
Yes, it's always some type of competition.
Yes,
How do you
always.
feel about the election this year?
Oh my gosh. The election this year was ridiculous. It definitely
Yes.
was. I don't know if you heard about people killing themselves.
No.
Yeah,
Are you serious?
I am so serious as a heart attack. Okay. People were killing themselves, their family, because Trump won. And I felt like that was just so unfortunate
Yeah.
because what done changed?
Just a new president.
Just a new president.
The fact that we go through this every 4 years is crazy to me. Because, as we get older, now we're understanding election in a different light. We heard about it. We turned 18. We knew, oh my God, it's our first time to vote. We voted. And then we were fortunate to have like President Obama or,
Yes.
President this person. So we didn't feel those effects that everyone was feeling because we were still young.
That's
So-
true. Obama was actually my first vote, if I'm not
Okay.
mistaken, I believe.
Yes.
He
You're
was.
right.
What about for
age-wise?
you?
My first vote was, oh my God, I think President, around that time we had Kerry. I want to say Bush.
I was about to say, who's Kerry?
Yeah. Governor Kerry.
Okay, I think I
And
remember
Bush
him.
was running.
Okay.
So Bush was in office for me.
For you, okay.
Yes. And then, I don't know if you guys remember when we applied to become a Democrat Party or Republican Party, it started in school.
How?
We our government, if you had government class, they taught you that. Everyone say on social media, I didn't learn this in school. Yes, we did. Y'all just didn't pay attention. But I remember in my government class, we legit had two separate we had like a whole election thing. Like if we were let's say
Voting.
somebody was a president, we had team Republican and team Democrat. And that was the time you got to choose who you wanted to be.
Oh,
A
wow.
Democrat or a Republican at that time. And I just remember being a Democrat because I was just like, okay, whatever. I didn't think the difference of it.
Right.
And I ran with that.
This is what I can say. I'm someone that's like, I'm in the middle. I'm not a Democrat, Republican, but I know who I'm going to vote for and I know the values and what I believe. But growing up, I did choose to be Democratic because my mother was.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
And I have a funny story. It's about Isaiah. And Isaiah was 12. He was selected to write an essay. And at that time, the essay was about sponsorship. So the school was trying to get sponsorship for a new playground. So Isaiah was selected. She told me, oh, he'll be staying at the school for a couple of hours just to get the essay going. So months go by, forgot about it. The teacher calls me and go, Miss Ferdinand, I want to let you know that Isaiah wrote a great essay, but we didn't choose him to submit his essay. She said, your son is definitely a Republican already, right? And we were just
Oh,
laughing
my
about it.
gosh.
And then I was like, why did you say that? She said, well, we're trying to get sponsored for a new playground. And Isaiah wrote in his essay, oh, if the parents put sunscreen on their kids, they won't need the playground with the covering to protect the kids from the sun. Because that was what they wanted. They wanted those tents. And kid you not, I was like, yeah. When he came that day, I said, oh, yeah, he's definitely a Republican. They believe in like, no, we got to work hard. We got to work different. We got to move different. And we got to find things to compromise to not always feel like we just need something to
I
hold us back
agree.
or whatever.
I totally
But-
agree. I believe in a lot of the values that the Republican, they believe in. I think that there's a lot of confusion
It is. It's
in
a
this
lot of confusion
world
for
in
them.
regards to Republican and Democratic because the way the election was this year, it was ridiculous.
It was tough.
It
It
was
was tough.
tough.
It was tough because it wasn't just now two males are fighting to be president.
Girl.
We have team women now and
Yes.
team men. So it was something like if you said anything about the females, oh my God.
You're against.
It was
this
one time
and-
I thought one of my friends was upset with me. She tagged me into something in IG, and I responded back like a joke. And I kid you not, I felt like, ooh, I don't think she liked that joke. And it was about the lady that was running.
Right.
But at the same time, I was like, yo, it's just a joke. Like, at this point, don't
Right.
come to me with politics. I don't have
Honestly.
nothing really mean to say.
Right.
I'm just gonna say what I want to say at the moment.
I agree, and I'm the same way. No, I can't admit because the last election I voted for Trump. Right, I voted for Trump, and he was good for the 4 years.
Yes.
So when people were so afraid of him becoming president again, I'm like, y'all already experienced him. Y'all didn't experience the other woman. You know?
The thing with experiencing Trump, it's the allegations that comes with him.
Yeah, he could be a bit much because I'm not gonna lie. This election, I got a little emotional because he was doing too much.
Yes.
He was.
Competition comes and go in every area of our life.
Yes.
You know, like being this year with the whole election thing, it did bring competition.
A lot of
It did bring female against male, or it brought some male that wanted to vote for a female. You know, he wasn't man enough because he was ready for a woman to run the world. So it's always
Yeah.
some sort of issue. But how do you feel about competition in general with just us right now with the podcast? You know, someone asked me, you know, how do you feel about starting a podcast knowing how saturated that industry is or the things that you guys are doing? I'm like, it don't move me. I'm here. I'm doing what I want to do.
I feel the same way because competition is not inherently bad. It's not, right?
No.
There's healthy and then there's bad competition.
I agree.
When you hear people say, "Oh, this is saturated," it says who? How is it saturated when there's billions of people in this world? Nothing can ever get too saturated.
True.
Because everything is always going to be different.
And you have to make room.
You have
So let's
to.
say this year, it's Muni Nuka year. You know what I'm saying? It's our year to take off. It's our year to run. Anyone that wants to compete with us, you'll be wasting your time. Because in your mind, you probably thinking, oh, I got Gucci earrings on and I got this and I got a stylist in the back. And now you trying to go
Right.
compete with me, trying to get a stylist, wear Gucci, wear whatever, and you just wasting your time.
Because we're not on that.
Yeah, because if we get invited to the Eston Festival and you don't, now we in competition for you next year to be at the Eston Festival. No.
It's too much. It's too much. I believe like you should be competing with your best self, becoming your best self,
I
the
agree.
best version of yourself.
And that's that.
Yeah.
But I realize even with starting certain things in my life, I always get in a room with competition.
You do?
I do.
Can you explain that to
Oh,
the people?
Jesus. Okay, so a lot of people don't know. I acknowledge it though. You know, so let's say I
Yeah.
walk in a room and the first thing someone will say, it will be like a dry compliment. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say I have full lips, always had full lips my whole life, whatever. And the person will be like, oh my God. It's funny, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, that red lipstick is popping on you, but girl, you should have did a lighter shade.
That's shade.
And I'm like, yo, just say this red
Yeah.
lipstick look good on me. You don't have to make me feel like, oh, I should have done this. I should have, do this.
Try to make you feel a little bit lower because, yeah, I get it.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So my competition be weird though, but I don't think they know they're doing it.
Some people don't know. They're not aware of it. I had to come to understand that.
That they not aware of
Not
it.
everybody's aware when they're throwing jabs or throwing shade at you. Some people really don't know. Some people know.
Like for me, I'll be at work or I'll be like at a certain event. I'll be at a certain event and you know that you hear the saying about, oh, when you step in the room, you're loud.
Yeah.
And so I'm already loud. Right now I
Yeah.
have a little slight cold, so I can't really, but I'll step into a room and won't say anything. And off rip, I'll probably see someone that's looking dead at me. And I already know, yeah, she already in her feelings. Like, or let's say they with their husbands and I'm at the table with them
Mhm.
and I know the husband is going through something right now. I'll play it off.
You'll
I'll
play it off.
legit be like, hey, girl, go dance with your husband. Because I already see the competition. Because in your mind, you're like, damn, I should have wore white. Damn, I should have wore that color. Because now my husband looking at her or that person is staring at her. And I'm not.
That's your approach to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It works.
So competition for me, I could go on, but I can't give all away. And even if I do, let them know I notice their competition. They it's something they got to deal with within their self, though.
I agree. I totally agree. Like with me, if I sense that, I just get more nice.
Yeah.
I get more. I compliment more. Hey, beautiful. Like you gotta the fire. You gotta put it out with water.
Got it.
So I put it out with water. Then they're like, you know what? She's really nice.
The rearrange.
She's humble. You can, because that's what they want. They just want to make sure that you don't try to top them. But when you show them that you're humble, then sometimes they kind of back off.
Depending on my day, I'm not gonna lie. Depending on the day of that event,
Yeah.
sometimes I could get extra. Sometimes I could know you have an issue with yourself, and the word is insecure. But look up insecure for yourself, because I could be wrong. It's an insecure thing you're going through.
Yes.
That now I'm the target of your insecurity at the moment.
Right.
But then that day I could be nice, Willeen, or I could be like, oh yeah, I'm about to bring pressure.
Right. Exactly.
Honestly, I'll bring that pressure, and then I'll probably get a phone call. Would, when you went to that party the other day, such and such felt like you were, I said what? And then when I agree, they're like, oh, you was aware of that? I'm like, yeah, I was aware of that. But ask your friend what she did to me. That's it. I was aware how I was acting. I always tell people, they had this thing where, oh, you're young and dumb. And I always tell people, no, I'm not. I'm young, but I'm not dumb.
Yeah.
Or I'm black, but I'm not dumb. I'm Haitian, but I'm not dumb. I'm well aware of a lot of things that's happening around me.
Yeah.
I'm not woke. I'm awake. I'm awake.
That's good.
And if you choose not to be, two things can happen. Join me and I can help you, or be against me, and then we're just going to be in competition.
Instead of collaborating.
Talk to me.
Growing together.
Talk to me.
Where everybody can win.
And we can.
We really can, because we're all different.
Yes. Same way with our crossover podcast. My sister asked me, what made you guys do a crossover podcast? I was like, because Inuka has audience that she's going to be reaching out to.
Yes.
I have audience that I'm going to be reaching out to. We're doing it together. So thank God, we'll be growing together.
Yeah.
But we have two different audience.
Two different personalities.
Exactly.
Real
bad.
And we're bringing it together and not competing with each other.
At all.
I want your podcast to grow. You want my podcast
Yes.
to grow. And we're collaborating.
And even if, because things like this happen, let's say we get with a radio station, and then that radio station probably pull me to the side and say, listen, I like your raspy voice, or I like this. I think you'll do better here without her. And vice versa. That can happen to you.
Yeah.
And I got to be like, no, it's a team thing.
Yeah.
It's like The Breakfast Club.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure Envy and Charlamagne have got offers.
Of course.
To do their own thing. And have they been doing their own thing on the side? Of course. But they still come together collaborating with the radio station that they're doing, if that makes sense.
No, it makes
I don't know their back end story, but it happens.
It's true. And I think it takes a growth mindset to get to that place where you're like, it's okay to collab. It's okay. And you know what else too? When you're competing, you're not learning.
No. You're busy worrying about what the next person is doing. Once again, I could have bought this sweater for $25, but you went online and it's probably $250.
Right.
And you buy it for $250, but not knowing I probably know the owner. Pretty fly and amazing. I probably know, you know what I'm saying? I probably know the owner, but you so in competition with me that you trying to get a one up.
Exactly.
And you're exhausted and I'm chilling. Yeah, I always tell people, don't compete with me. You'll be wasting your time.
And then you be burning yourself out competing.
Real bad.
Real bad.
So imagine your ex. And his new girlfriend.
Okay.
I tell a lot of them. I feel bad for whoever dated the guy I dated before. Because he's going to put you in a competition.
You know what's so crazy? That actually happened.
No
so
way.
I have an ex. And we broke up a long time ago. But sometime after, he had hit me up and he was like, yeah, he was in a relationship, but he kept bringing me up to the girl like, Inuka does this way. She does this way. How come you can't do this way? And I said, why would you do that?
Exactly.
Now she feel like she got to compete with me.
But you know what's funny? Picture you, the new girlfriend, though. I would have been like, okay, well, Inuka ain't here no more. Like, that's how I move. Right. I'm like, Inuka ain't here no more. This is how I do things.
Right.
But guess what? Not everybody's like that.
Yeah.
Some people are stuck where they're like, oh, he always mentioned his ex-girlfriend, what she used to do. Girl, I'm that friend to be like, girl, pull up.
Exactly. Be better.
Exactly. Because there's no way he's going to have that same girl again. Yeah. Obviously, he's not with her for a reason. He's with you. Yeah. So if you sit there and do the same thing she does, then how was, you know what I'm saying? What's the elevation there?
Exactly.
But nah, man, ain't nobody come. He could talk about his ex if he wants to. I'll let him speak about her. And I'm like, really? Oh my God.
Really?
She used to do that? Like, I mean, breakfast in bed? That's amazing. No, hey, I just ordered Denny's. We about to go pick up Denny's. Not Denny's. I'm not that ratchet. But no, I don't. That competition life is that. But I did look up some things for competition, though.
Okay, let's hear it.
Let's see what I got. So, as far as competition, right? So you have, let's see. Come on, Google. Help me here.
Google.
I had to Google it because when you Google things, it's good for the world.
Yeah.
Because they can know how to do things.
It's good to have the definition so you can understand the word and what it is and all of that.
As soon as I find it. All right. So you have competition in sports. So you have the competition events where we know a team have to win and a team have to lose.
Yes.
So that's, to us, healthy competition.
That's healthy competition.
It's so funny because in the sports industry for the Little League football, they were saying, and this was like a year ago, I don't know if it started yet. You should know because you're probably in the football industry with your son now, that they were going to stop the board, the winning board, like where they see who's winning.
Oh, yeah?
And at the end of the game, they was going to put 0. Because they said it was affecting the mental health of the kids to be a loser.
I agree with that.
What?
But wait. As far as affecting the kids, because I've seen kids fall down and cry and scream. Little kids.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, little kids or whatnot. But if they're going to do that, hey, but I've seen kids like throw tantrums. But again, they need to, I guess kids also need to grow and learn emotional, intelligence.
And that... I remember when my son played football and he would lose. I let him cry it out. We take him out to eat, and I'll just be like, what we going to do for next time, Zane? Right. You got to go out and win.
That's what I told my son as well. So I think they should allow kids to go through that process, teach them how to, go through it healthy, though.
Yeah, that's where hopefully they have a good coach that's able to do that. But for the scoreboard, for you guys to change the scoreboard, that's giving me Democrat vibes.
Democrat vibes.
No, Republicans don't move like that.
They don't move
They
like
want
that.
you to feel it.
Oh my God.
That you guys have lost. I was in track before, and after every meet, depending on how we won or lost, it didn't affect me. But my teammates wouldn't understand why. I didn't know. I just knew we win, we lose some.
Yeah,
I'm ready to go home.
Right.
But not everybody moves like that. All right, so we have sports. We have the business, being in business with people.
Yes.
When you and I came into this together, we spoke about business. Yeah. We spoke about collaborating. And I did speak about little things that I went through why I no longer collaborate or work with certain people anymore. And I don't know if you had that same effect in business with people, collaborating with other business partners that clashed.
I didn't go through the same thing you went through. But when you are collaborating, you want to make sure that everybody's on the same page, everybody understands, the vision is clear. I think collaboration is a beautiful thing.
It is, till they create competition.
Yes, until competition.
It's crazy. All right, our last one is in the workplace. So competition can be affected, and basically they're saying that the effects of competition can be like, they play too much. It's like, what? Affect and attention and memory? So, okay. So what they're trying to say, because I'm going to break it down for us. When you are going through anything dealing with competition, it does mess up with your mind. It does affect you. So let's say we're in the business, we're in the workplace or whatever, and I'm like, you know what? Give it up to Inuka and her team. They sold 10,000 today. We're so happy for them. And you know what just happened to the next person? How can I sell 10,000 next week?
Right.
To be ahead.
Right.
So that create competition, but I don't know how Keisha's thinking.
True.
Keisha thinking like, oh yeah, we about to finesse the system to, get 10,000. Or Keisha might come to Inuka and say,
teach me. There you go. That's healthy competition. Teach me. Learn from the person that, because they can do it. Why you can't?
exactly.
Instead of, let me get one on them, let me try to mess them up, or do something negative. That's where it messes up with your mental
Yeah.
and stress you out.
And that's what affects a lot of people, though.
Yeah.
You let the enemy in you, you let something creep in, and now you're upset with that person because of the way they can do things. That's why I tell people, stop telling people you've been somewhere for 10 years, you worked a job for 10 years, because that person that come in 1 month
Girl,
can take your job.
preach.
Can take your job. And it's competition.
Yeah.
It's like being in the dance squad. We had to try out every year to get our position again.
Yeah.
Every year you had to try out with a new girl, young, can do kicks to the air, splits, this, that, and you're just sitting there, your 12th grade year in high school. You're like, how am I going to compete with this girl? But guess what? I'm the one that's training her. So that I can help her.
Yeah.
Because I'm leaving school. Why would I even compete with her? But I had to try out every year to get back in the dance squad.
Wow.
Only to go to competition to compete with another school. So we have to work together now.
We have to work together now. See, competition is not inherently bad. There's good competition and there's bad competition.
So what is your girl segment today? What is one thing you can tell everyone in growing in healthy competition? And not everyone agree with the healthy competition. I get it. But at this point in life, man, I just want good people around me. I just want healthy competition. Like, push me to do better and vice versa. But what is something you have for
Girl?
Yeah.
So this is our Grow Girl segment where I empower you. Well, one thing I could say about competition is just being willing to learn from each other. I think that is so important because just like my body, right? I have 2 legs, I have a hand, I have a head. Work together.
Yes.
They all different.
True.
If I didn't have this leg, I wouldn't be able to get to my destination. So it's the same thing with the people who are around us for a reason. Because even with us doing this podcast, right?
Yes.
There are certain things you're stronger than me in, and certain things that I'm more strong in than you.
Yes.
And when we put it together, it makes sense. And it's like we're balancing each other.
True.
If I was competing with you and I'm just going to do this, because I want to be better than her, blah, 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 I'm going to burn myself out.
True.
You may feel some type of way. I don't know. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's like going to the place early and I'm like, oh, because you didn't tell me he's going to be there earlier than me. Like, girl.
Yeah.
It's not that deep.
It's not that deep. Exactly. But when we work together, we don't create that burnout situation because we're working together. You're learning from me.
Yes, a lot. Thank you.
Right?
Yes. I'm learning things that IG tells me to pay $1,000 for to join their course. With Inuka, Inuka send me emails and send me things in the middle of the night. And when I wake up, I'm just smiling because I'm like, yo, she didn't have to do this for me. Like, she didn't have to create this for me. Like, I wake up and be like, someone just almost charged me $1,000 for this, but with patience, with not having competition, with being open to let Inuka teach me, I'm getting things honestly for the free. Why? Because I'm real honest and I'm real and I appreciate our friendship and I appreciate the knowledge you have because that means you spent years, time to get this knowledge to one day to help me.
It's true. It's not just for me. It's for other people too.
Yes.
What I get, like what I'm downloading for myself, I just can't keep to myself or I'm not going to grow.
No.
I'm not going to level up. I have to spread it out. I have to give. This is a cycle of life.
Yes.
And we have to get to that understanding that this is a cycle of life, receiving and giving in every way. What you're learning, your love, what God gives you is receiving and giving. And when we really understand that, we don't have to compete with one another.
I agree.
We can collaborate, work together, and grow faster with one another.
True.
Because it's going to take you a long time to get to where you want to go to by yourself.
Yes.
But if you have 2, 1,000, 5,000, what the Bible say? I don't know, 10,000. You know that quote, whatever it is.
Girl,
but
she trying to call me out the Bible.
Yeah, my bad.
It's okay.
You will get there
further.
Quicker.
Yes.
You will get there quicker. Collab with people Everything don't got to be a competition. Learn. And guess what? They're going to learn something from you too.
True. You ever went to therapy?
I have.
I've been to therapy too. And I kid you not, I think the therapist needed me more than I needed her.
Oh,
but at that moment, what'd you say?
OMG, for real?
No, I kid you not. But at that moment, I'm not even worrying about that. I'm like speaking to her. She's speaking to me. I see she's like telling me, oh my God, I never thought of this, taking notes. But I'm thinking like, okay, she just listened to me. I think my third session with her, she told me like, oh my God, you helped me with something that I was dealing with. You know, a lot of people think a therapist don't need help, but you came in. But what she don't know what she did that night too, wow. I was like, yeah, I'm no longer paying for therapy. I'm good.
Wow.
And I only needed like, I think 4 sessions with her, which was great. She did call out some things that I wasn't aware of that I worked on, and I moved on from there. But my therapist actually needed me more than I needed her.
Wow. But guess what? She was not going to be able to receive that healing or whatever happened with her that night if she was just in competition with you. Like, I'm better at this. I know this, blah, blah, blah. You
exactly. Like, I'm your therapist. Why should I listen to you?
Right.
That's true.
Because we can all learn from each other.
It's all good, though.
Man, that's
I just think IG, not just IG, social media does make it difficult, too.
It does.
It does. Because they go on, they see all these glam, they see all this, and in their mind, they just fueling themselves with what they're seeing. Well, this girl got this new business. She just opened 6 storefronts. Why that's not me? I've been trying to open up a salon. Listen.
We are not the same.
Stop that playing. Part. You already know we are not the same.
We are not the same.
And I told you how that came about.
Yeah.
I can't sit here and try to feel like I'm like everybody else. I can't.
You're not.
I would never grow. And that's why I met Grow Podcast.
Grow Podcast. But it's
okay, that's
true.
Our corny moment. Corny moment. But listen, guys, we just want to tell you guys thank you. We have some spotlights. Our next segment, our spotlights. We do have merch. Right now, I'm wearing Pretty Fly and Amazing merch. Inuka's also wearing one of her quotes from her merch.
Yes.
So you guys can always stop by our store. But guess who got good news that's coming up, Inuka?
What's the good news,
honey? The good news on the book launch that you collaborated with. And I'm excited for you.
I am super, super grateful and just so thankful.
Congratulations.
This was a collaboration. I met an amazing woman. She was on the podcast.
Yes, our last episode.
Yes, Mrs. Francoise. And when I met her, you know, I don't normally tell people that I wrote a book or whatnot, but I had disclosed that information to her. I said, yeah, I wrote a book. She said, wow, I have always wanted to write a book. I said, you're going to help me write a book. And we collaborated together, and I helped her write her story. I helped her put it in a book, and now I am a co-author.
Congratulations on being a co-author. You know, a little clap.
Yes, clap. And I'm just so thankful that someone trusted me to receive their story.
Yes.
And help them put it in a book.
Because that's hard to do.
Oh, girl.
I've been trying to write a book for the last 10, 20 years, to be honest. I got like little snippets here and there. But I used to always be like, I'm never going to write this book for real. And once again, I meet Inuka. And I remember going to your first book signing. Yes. And I was so excited. I didn't know how to act to tell people, like, I know an author that wrote a book. And it was a nice brunch event. Yeah. And I just remember thinking about all the people that was around me that wants to write a book. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm definitely putting Inuka on to help everyone write a book. And I get to continue to experience these experiences with you on this new launch that you're doing on December 1st. Give out some details.
Yes. So the book launch is also going to be a networking event. It's going to be December 1st, 4 p.m. to 8 at Katz Restaurant and Lounge in North Miami, Florida on 125th Street and 7th Avenue. Katz Lounge. So please show up. You can register at francoischarles.com/events or go on my Instagram page, Inuka_Joseph. Click the link in the bio and you'll be able to register there as well.
Yeah, so we'll definitely be posting it all week. Come out. It's a free event. The goal is to purchase the book, learn so much about what's written in the book. I'm excited to get my hand on this book, to grow, to flourish, to collaborate, to be able to one day have a collaboration with Inuka on everything that her and Miss Francois worked on, to be able to
to do it.
Give us.
It's going to be good. The book actually talks about the blueprint to her success.
Amen.
And how she was able to really build two big, amazing companies. So the book is it's amazing, okay? Trust me, I know it's really, really good. And I'm excited. In a networking event, it's going to be women in business. We're going to talk about wealth building. We're going to talk about real estate, insurance, media, women in media. We have a lot of, people who are going to be showing up.
What about our guys? Like, I'm really tired of y'all leaving the men out. Like,
listen,
really, what you want him to register for his wife, for his girlfriend? Like,
the men
invite
can
the guys
come as well. The men.
Listen, if you are single, not to
you're
cut you
invited.
off. If you are single, please meet us December 1st, okay? We'll be posting a flyer, but come out, support men. We want the men in the building too. It is
Yes.
a women network, but guess what? Use it as your network, sir.
Oh yeah, exactly.
But
Men,
till
you guys are invited. Definitely, you're gonna be in a room with amazing, beautiful
always trying
women,
the
of
guys.
course. But the guys are definitely invited.
Thank you. Let's not leave them out.
Never.
They need the blueprint. We
do.
keep complaining about, men need to take lead. Give them the blueprint to build a business so they can take lead and have money. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be great.
It's gonna be amazing.
Yes.
I'm super excited.
Thank you again for joining me.
Thank you so much for having me, and I'm having you, and
Right?
all
We
of
just
that.
crossover podcast is amazing.
It really, really, really is. So it's been real, y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in to Grow Girl Podcast, and
We are not the same podcast, and we'll see you guys soon.
stay tuned.